What up guys, welcome to another PHENOMSOUND tutorial. If you have already joined my Discord server, you already know which sound we are going to synthesize in this video. In case if you don't, let's find out the results of the previous voting session, and the winner is the flanged bass. The most of you guys have picked this one, it have gotten 9 votes total, and it sounds like this. On the second place there is the flanged bass number 2 with 3 votes. And a scary monster growl with 2 votes is on the third place. Awesome, now let's find out how to synthesize this sound, and let me quickly remind you how it sounds in the mix. And here is the sound solo. And let's start from scratch and set the first oscillator to the wah terminal. Set the number of voices to 2 and wavetable position at around 65. Move the level all the way down and let's enable the second oscillator, which is going to be the antistasis. Raise the octave to +2 and set the wavetable position at 70. Move the level all the way down and FM from B on the first oscillator. Now let's create the automation of the first LFO, and we'll make it look like this. Drag it to the level of the first oscillator. Also, we are going to use it to automate the FM modulation of the first oscillator. Set it at 27. Let's use the noise. Particularly, I like the J106. Raise the pitch a bit and automate the level. Set it to 15. Let's use the filter, it's going to be the flanger minus. Set the cutoff at 80 Hz. Set the resonance at 15% and automate it using the first LFO. Set it at 62. Let's use the second LFO to automate the wavetable position of the first oscillator. Make it look like this. Drag it over the wavetable position and set it at around 50. Make sure to leave this mode in the off position, which is the default one. We'll go through the details a bit later. Let's move on. We are going to use some filters on this sound. Let's add the hyperdimension. Set the mix at 15% on both controllers and set the rate all the way down. Let's make sure to set the sound to be almost a mono sound with around 15% width on both oscillators. And let's go on with the fixes. We could use the help of another filter, which is the multiband high notch 12 one, and set the cutoff at around 160 Hz. Automate it using the first LFO. hold Shift Alt and click on it to make it bipolar and set it at around 44 or 45. Let's set the resonance at 12 o'clock, frequency at 70% and drag the automation to it. Set it at -35. Let's raise the master volume all the way up and boost the volume a bit with the multiband compressor. Let's set some extreme value. Something crazy like 25 decibel or so. And final effects, we are going to use the delay. It's a classic rhythm trick. Let's disable the BPM linking and set both left and right channels at around 11 milliseconds. Switch to the ping pong mode and set it up like this. With the mix set at around 50%. Nice rhythm bass effect. And a final touch, it's very important, let's create the master tuning automation to make this sound really unique and moving. Select the third LFO over here and set the tuning to 2. And finally set up the third LFO like this. We are also not going to enable the triggering, we are going to leave it off, because each time you play different notes, this sound sounds a bit different, with different pitch automation and different wavetable position as well. Since it's not triggering each time, you are creating some interesting pattern. So let's compare this part of the drop without this triggering enabled and with the triggering. So you can hear it sounds really boring and we don't want that. Let's bring it back and awesome. This is exactly what we are looking for. You could use this trick for any of your sounds. I'm sure you will find a nice use of this trick. And let's take a look at the post-processing of this sound. Clean, it sounds like this. With a lot of mud below 250 Hz. So we cut all this. Then we are going to compress the sound with settings looking like this. And there I have another EQ, some sharpness reduction, and a final surgery EQ with some nasty peaks removal. And finally there is a maximizer, which is set to be the IRC4 with transient mode, really fast character, soft clipping, transient emphasis, and this setting raised all the way up. And minus 6.6 decibel on the input gain. And this is pretty much everything I wanted to show you in this video, guys. If you enjoyed this tutorial, make sure to subscribe for more. And also don't forget to visit my Patreon page, where you can find this particular project, all Serum presets from it, and all samples. Also, there is a huge library of my music production content. So here's the link, you won't regret it, don't miss out. Thank you so much for watching this video, have a nice day, and see you in my next video. Bye!